Hey, Biggie, he was supposed to go to London, right?
Well, no,
Did you always hear that?
we went to London. I was with him. He was on R. Kelly tour. We were in London.
Tell me about that. What happened?
That was wild too. That was a hell of an experience. That was my first time out of the country. Um, if I remember correctly, the first few days were okay, but at some point, I guess R. Kelly or somebody on R. Kelly's team was like not feeling that Big was getting so much love because he was opening for R. Kelly. So it was like kind of like a little tension going on with that situation. But you know, they had that record together that you must
Fucking you
be.
tonight.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I can't remember if at some point they stopped doing the record together because it got so crazy or not. I don't know if I'm putting thoughts into my own head about what happened, but I know I'm not sure about that. But it definitely was some tension because of the fact that Big just got so much love, and you know, by R. Kelly being the headliner or his people feeling like he wasn't getting the same sort of love or it wasn't being reciprocated the same way it was with Big. So I remember that. But that was a little crazy little trip too.
Yeah, that's wild, man. So R. Kelly and his team was feeling the type of way.
Yeah. It was definitely some tension, but they you know they still kept doing the shows. It was like a lot of shows. We were there for a while. I feel like we were there for like 2 weeks. We were there for a minute. But yeah, that was a wild trip too. It was never a dull moment. Put it like that. Never a dull moment.
Why did you leave Murder Inc. in the first place? I don't think you ever told me that.
I mean, it was like a buildup of things. And then, you know, at the time, like the label was just kind of falling apart. Like it wasn't any progress being made as far as like with albums coming out. It was just like after the whole like after Ashanti's album came out, like it was just going back and forth between Ja and Ashanti. It wasn't like anybody new coming out. Like felt like we were just going this never ending circle of the same two artists. Like when you gonna put new artists out? And I guess like, you know, at that point my album was finished and sorry, I'm like I got distracted. My album was finished, so I just was like, you know, like what are we doing? Like what's up? And I don't really just Irv really just wasn't moving fast enough. By that point, you know, our relationship had kind of deteriorated creatively. So it wasn't really like anything really that I felt would be the best option except to leave. And then I had started working with Scott Storch. So I wanted out of my contract. So I asked to be let go and he let me go. But on a better note, I actually had a meeting with Irv earlier this year and we're thinking about putting that album out. We're thinking about it. He just feels like, you know, he can still I think, you know what I mean? He feels like that music that we made is kind of like timeless in its own right. So it still can come out. You know what I mean?